All right, what's up, y'all? So last night, man, AEW put BTA to WWE. What does BTA stand for? Belt to ass. I'm talking about a pure beatdown in terms of quality. The only thing WWE may have won is like crowd participation because the All In crowd, they weren't really the hottest. It was a long show. Adam Cole went out there and presumably retired. That was also an unfortunate breaking story last night. He was the current TNT champion. I actually was at the show where he won the TNT championship at AEW Dynasty, the show that I came on here and told you it was too damn long. But he relinquished the TNT championship and he didn't straight out retire, but from what he said and the way it was explained by him, it does look like this is probably going to be the end of his career. And it is extremely unfortunate that this is the way it ends because, Adam Cole, to me, at the peak of his career, was one of the best wrestlers in the world, and his main roster run should have been different, but, Vince McMahon is Vince McMahon. In his AEW run, it just never got to where it needed to be. I remember watching the show when him and Bryan popped up, and that was obviously in AEW's prime, and it was supposed to be better. Adam Cole's run in AEW was supposed to be better. His run post NXT was supposed to be so much better, and unfortunately, his career may be over. So, if it is over, thank you, Adam Cole, for putting NXT on your back, and just being an amazing superstar. We saw a lot of WWE superstars giving their well wishes and messages of love to Adam Cole as well. So, yeah. But after that, the crowd obviously didn't feel like cheering a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because, you just came out there and said you're retiring. So, it took a lot to get them back up to where they needed to be for like the last three matches. And the last three matches, I'll say the last two, what I'm saying? I think Mercedes and Toni Storm, that really was amazing. And Toni Storm winning, I think the crowd, they wanted that. And I don't know if they really expected it because Mercedes came in there, steamrolling everyone, you know what I'm saying? Kenny and Okada, that was my first time watching one of their matches front to back. It was cool, It wasn't one of the crazy matches. If that was, I think for me, I would have to go watch like some of their better matches. You know what I'm saying? To get like why people like love the back and forth of them. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that right there, it was a cool match, but I didn't understand why. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why this was just a crazy saga between the two. But two amazing superstars. And Kenny and Okada actually won, which I did not expect at all. And then you had the main event. Hangman versus Mox. Amazing main event. And I'm going to say this. I hate the Death Rider story. I think the Death Rider story was just bad, But the idea of them putting the world championship in the briefcase, at the moment, when it was done, I was very much confused, you know what I'm saying? But the pop that the crowd reacted, like when Hangman opened the briefcase in the world and we saw the world championship for the first time in I don't know how long, that is a genius call. I don't know who made it. I don't know if Mox made that call, if Tony Khan made that call. Everything was done perfectly, and that was a amazing call to do that. I don't know how you had the I don't know how you had the foresight to know that the crowd was going to respond to like unlocking the briefcase and then unveiling the belt like that. But man, that was just perfectly done. The story of Hangman finally being the one to get AEW out of this hole, Swerve helping Hangman out. That was cool within itself, like that was its own thing, that was Swerve giving Hangman the chain. Is absolutely insane. So, and the rest of the show, the rest of the show was cool, but those last three matches really set the tone. And All In definitely showed why they are AEW's WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a WrestleMania 40 type ending, and I love it. We got a lot of bad endings. AEW's pay-per-views for me have been ending bad for a very, very, very long time. So to have a good ending, finally, you know what I'm saying? It was really refreshing, And then you had Saturday night's main event. And Saturday night's main event, not gonna lie, it just felt like everything collapsed. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make a separate video about Saturday night's main event, but we had Seth Rollins unfortunately getting injured, which led to an audible being called, and LA Knight won. Because LA Knight was supposed to lose, because Triple H was not going to book LA Knight to win a match. But LA Knight ended up beating Rollins because Rollins seemed like he just blew out his knee again. I don't know if it was the same knee that he blew out before, but it did look like it because it was the same move. They did that springboard moonsault because he tweaked his knee last time with that. And, I assume we're going to hear something, if not today, maybe on Raw. But I hope that he is okay. I really do not want to see him out for an extended amount of time because that's going to hurt a lot, I don't know where Seth Rollins' career goes from here. I can't. I really hope he's not the next to retire, and obviously he has the Money in the Bank briefcase. He just won the WrestleMania main event. He's trying to do this whole new stable thing, which for me isn't really working, but, we're still working on it. You know what I'm saying? So for him to get an injury and just to sideline him like that, I don't know. So if we hear anything else about that, I'll make another video about that, and then we'll figure out how to go from there with the story. But obviously the most important thing is just the health of Seth Rollins, and hopefully he's okay mentally and physically. Jimmy and Solo, which I didn't see a second of this. I heard it was the best match of the entire night because Jimmy Uso is the better Uso, like we all know. No yeet, but Solo retained. But apparently he retained in a roll-up. And I just want to say, Solo Sikoa has had about three in-ring appearances since he won U.S. Championship, and he's been pinned twice. Solo Sikoa, as United States Champion, has been pinned twice already. And I don't know why the tag matches and the 6-man tags and the tag team main events on SmackDown, why do we have to pin Solo? Why do you have to? There's no scenario where you have to pin your United States champion unless your champion is losing the belt. And I've been saying this on multiple different occasions. You do not pin your champion unless he's losing the championship. You do not have a champion on your roster who has pinfall losses. That doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? There's no justification for that. There's no justification for having a champion on your show holding a belt. But you can say that I think Jacob pinned him and Jimmy pinned him. So Solo beating Jimmy by roll-up, now it really doesn't matter. I don't care about Solo Sikoa being United States champion. Why'd you even do it? So, the U.S. Championship run of Solo Sikoa already starting off bad. Like, I could have predicted it if I even knew Solo was going to win the belt. I did not think he was going to win it, but, there was another match. It was LA Knight and Rollins, because it was 4 matches. Oh, of course, Drew and Randy. Their lack of a rivalry or whatever the hell is going on has sprouted into what I told y'all was going to be. I predicted this, a tag match. Randy and Jelly, RK Jelly is their name, versus Drew and Logan Paul at SummerSlam. First 2-night SummerSlam, and that is what Drew McIntyre, 2 Hall of Famers, are doing. Logan Paul, who should be making a bad YouTube video somewhere, and Jelly Roll, who should be singing "Something About the Line," yeah, he needs to be anywhere but a ring. They're both getting marquee matches, and no one knows what Carmelo Hayes is. So, SummerSlam, yeah. That's I definitely will be getting up out of my seat and going to the concession stand for that one. I am not sitting I'm sorry, I'm not watching those four have a tag team match. I'm cool. And then the main event, Goldberg retiring against Gunther. This match, to me, it looked like it was supposed to go 5 minutes. It ended up going like 15 because I think they ended up cutting time because of the Rollins injury and stuff like that. A lot of stuff had to change. That's what I just perceived. I don't really know. But Gunther retained. And that's all I cared. The match was a match. It wasn't nothing crazy. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't good. It was just connecting. It was just getting Goldberg to retire. He had a goodbye speech that he was trying to say to us, but there were too many ads. Gunther won, and then there was a commercial, and they came back, and then another commercial, and then they cut Goldberg off. Goldberg was trying to do his goodbye speech, and they cut him off. And I was like, you know what? Turn this show off, bro. Turn this off, bro. Saturday night's main event needs to be done. Like, they got to cancel the show. They have to. The show has to be canceled. I'm tired of it. You got to cancel the show. Because there's nothing good that comes from Saturday night's main event. It's a non-canon, ad-filled show that does nothing for anybody. You know what I'm saying? But that's how this wrestling-filled Saturday ended. I ain't gonna lie. With AEW beating down Triple H like that, Evolution the women have to save the day. Evolution tonight has to save the day. Or All In is literally going to put BTA to 3 WWE shows. Because Great American Bash was also yesterday. All In was better than the Bash. All In was better than Saturday's main event. So Evolution has to be damn near a classic. Now, does it have the ability to be with the matches on the card? Absolutely. Every match on that card, for the most part, except like Tiffany and Trish, can be a 5-star banger. But will they be? I don't know. Will we have the right decisions? Like Io Sky retaining. Like Stephanie Vaquero winning the Battle Royal. Like Becky Lynch losing. You know what I'm saying? Will we see these results? You never know. So we're going to see what happens. But I am excited. I am excited to see how this goes. And Evolution definitely is my favorite show that I was anticipating for the whole week. But right now, All In's my favorite show. So Evolution, you got to hoop. You got to hoop, man. AEW is whooping your ass right now. You got to get up. Listen, I think the women are going to save the day. That's just me. I think the women are going to save the day. Because they do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to watch Evolution with me later on tonight, type in Live Not Famous on Twitch. Press that follow button. And when I go live, you will be notified. And I might go live on YouTube. Maybe. I could go live on YouTube. Yeah, I might do that. I might. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, man. Evolution tonight, y'all gotta hoop because All In, as of right now, is whooping WWE's ass. And Triple H, man, you're a bum. You are a bum. I can't believe it. But we're gonna see what happens later on tonight. Y'all let me know y'all feelings on All In, on the Bash, on Saturday night's main event. Predictions for Evolution. Leave in the comments down below. If you like the video, let me know by liking the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below. Kind of video you want me to do next. Stay safe. I love you guys. Praise God. And I will see you in the next video, man.